Welcome to the Parks O&M meeting for March 20th. Need a motion to approve the minutes of prior May. Mr. Blaze, Ms. Hogan, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed. We'll go right into the agenda. Kevin?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. On page 2 of the packet is a resolution to reimburse the Village of Lake George for Charles R. Wood Park attendance, supplies, and turf management. These are the contractual services that the village does with supplying the materials for the bathrooms, as well as for the lawn maintenance throughout the year. I've attached all the invoices that they have that they've already paid for and that we're to reimburse them.
Do you have a total of that?
The total is actually, yeah, it's actually on the resolution. It totals at the property supplies is $40.86, and then the attendance and the lawn maintenance is $12,589.26.
Can we have a motion to pay those bills? Hogan? Who else?
Well, it wouldn't be proper for the mayor to pay himself.
I can do that, but...
That's why when you do this, you gotta look at who's on these committees.
You gotta get people on these things that come to the meetings. They don't come to this.
No,
No. Can you make the motion?
I can't. You can.
Oh, I can make the motion. I'll make the motion, and you'll second.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Is there any way that 2017 bills can be presented in 2017, not in March of 2018?
Yeah, there was a mix-up, Kevin, with that. That's kind of our fault. We didn't get billed for the last treatment from Gerard until late December, so it got paid in January, and it was supposed to be presented in February. It didn't happen, and when I reviewed the bills to send them out, it became apparent to me that the previous applications never got billed to the county. So they ended up getting totaled in one bill.
But even Wood Park attendance for November 2017, we have the Wood Park open?
We're into November a little bit, depending on the weather. Yeah, but they should get to you by the end of the year because it kind of makes a mess with the books.
Well, that's what I was going to say. It's better that we have 2017 bills paid.
Everything needs to be in December. We do run into a problem when we get a bill late from a vendor or something like that in December. But our bills should have been to you by December.
But when we're getting the end of the year, we push,
Yep.
the county pushes to get the vendors to submit. We should push here.
Can we do it by each month?
And
Because you
throughout the
go
summer,
back to May.
right? And the Gerard one should have been billed to you when the attendance. Each month when we have a meeting, we always have reimbursement. And it was an oversight that the Gerard's bills weren't going in with that each month. So.
All right, you'll take care of it.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. That's all you have, Mr. Henry?
Yes, we have referrals as well.
We have the motion, we have the second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Passed.
You want to go to referrals? The referrals on page 16, I'm actually probably just going to defer to Dave and the mayor for these. I was not part of them, and I'm not sure where they're at with these now. The first one was the revisions to the application permit, special instructions to be drafted and presented to committee.
We don't have that.
The last page.
Wow.
Right here, Gene, it's on the back.
But,
Keep going. It's on the back of your thing. Keep going.
oh,
If we've done anything with the application, the last change we had was it.
I don't think we've done anything, Lisa, it was probably you would know, we haven't done anything with those applications.
The only thing you did with the application was you added the weather.
We added the clause for weather, and the fact that we were now taking $1,000 deposit for the festival space rather than the $500 returnable deposit for security. Because we had two events last year that looked at the weather a couple of weeks ahead and canceled their event. And so we missed an opportunity to book that. Weatherman can't predict the weather tomorrow, these promoters predicted 2 weeks ahead it was going to rain.
Outrageous.
Both instances, the weather was beautiful, but we lost an event that we could have had for a whole weekend. So the change, and we already have attached it to our permit, is that they now
So that can come off.
have to give us $1,000 deposit to use the space.
They can come off.
I think that was approved.
Yeah, I
That's
think we
been
approved, we
yeah.
approved that
Yeah,
already.
that's already been approved.
All right. All right, you want to move to number 2?
We can go to number 2, and I'm
Okay.
actually going to defer to you on this.
Yeah, number 2, we've been working for the last couple of months with the purchasing agent and the mayor and the attorney and stuff. And I brought Peter from our tourism department, and we'll give you, well, we put out an RFP for
The mayor has that already.
some prices for a brochure and maintenance of our the website for the festival space. We sent out to 5 different places, and we got back 2. Do you want to explain that,
Yeah,
Peter?
sure. So what has happened in the past is the chamber, CVB, was under a different contract with the tourism department that encompassed some promotional material for Parks and Whatnot Festival Commons. With that contract being restructured, we have an opportunity here to go out to bid and get a new company to come in and essentially do the same type of thing, build the website and brochure for the mayor and we went out to bid, like Gene said, 5 companies, 2 responses. We had a company come back, and before we were paying $10,000 a year for services. We've got to come back now, and it came back at just around $7,000. And that's a lot of first-year expenses, so once the website's built this year, $5,700 of that money will not be needed next year to build the site again. So the cost structure really changed. It came down quite a bit and allowed for some more flexibility into actual social media posts and event postings for the site. We've also kind of have it structured this time so that the site is built with a little bit of a safeguard in it, that the tourism department will have access to the sites to make updates when needed. And that is a nice little situation to have, so that when we have a situation like now, we can keep making updates while something is being solved. So all in all, I think this is a great local company. Good working relationship with them, and it was a pretty good bid.
We would like to make it $12,000, though, the contract, just so that they have an hourly rate of $100 per hour, so that we don't cut them short on social media. We don't think we'll spend up to $12,000, but just as a safeguard.
Thank you. So this is a 1-year contract we're going to build this site.
Correct.
So then next year, we're going to go back out and try to get somebody to maintain it?
Well, there's a couple of things that the threshold for social media, $5,000. If there is a proposal that comes in under that, they can do that. Or again, like I said, the tourism department has access to this. So once the site's up and built, the technical aspect is done. Tourism can play a bigger role if needed, augmented in a couple of different ways. It gives us a lot of flexibility.
So this needs to be returned to the occupancy tax committee for funding, and the money is available in the occupancy tax budget.
We'll get that to the occupancy tax next month. And Mr. Mayor, you still got that thing I just gave you, that brochure type of little...
Who are you
Yes.
choosing?
But
Who are you
we're going to take Black Dog. I'm sorry. Black Dog, we figured it all out, and that's the best bet, and it's a Glens Falls operation, and we work with them. This is something here. I only have one. The tourism department worked with the CVB board in Lake George, and we came up with a quick type of pamphlet like this, really for pressing and getting it out quick, that they give out at tour shows and guide shows, and we work with them. It's got some information about all the towns in it. It's my thought, I'd like to get something similar to this. You got that other page? All right. And this is another page, the front page for the festival space that was put together by the CVB board and the mayor. we get something like this, sorry, it's a pretty nice little booklet. It's not real expensive, and we can get it done in a reasonable amount of time for the opening year this season here. So that's all, you know, because they have a creation for a brochure, and that's what we're going to try to give them, something like this to design all together, which we also can help them in-house in the tourism department. So I think you like it, Mr. Bader, right?
Yeah.
So it's just something we like, the first year, try something, get it out, so we can start promoting this festival space with a new website and a piece of literature that can go to all the tourism, all the chambers.
Is this second year?
No, I don't keep it, it's the only one I have, unless you want this, Mr. Mayor?
No, you
He went
can
to
do
look
it.
at
It's the only one I got right now. They're doing them up right now. So in conjunction with the CVB board, as you see on top, we got our logo from tourism, and then underneath, the new one we're working with has our logo on top, and then it says CVB board. So we're trying to, you know, we're working with them to get things out, get things going, so we can promote this area a little bit better. All right, so we'll go back to Black Dog. I had the motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
That's good, thank you. The next one,
I'll defer,
you don't have anything on that?
No, I guess I'll have to do that this month.
Okay, all right, it was just checking out the liability of the stage that we're having at the festival place, who's going to be responsible for the liability. So we'll get that for next month's meeting. And how's it coming, Mr. Mayor? They give you an idea when it's
Well,
coming?
I got a report here for the committee. The stage is due to be arriving on about April 14th. We have 3 of our personnel are going to be trained in the operation of it, and I created a flyer that I sent to all of the towns and all of the not-for-profits that I could get in Warren County, offering use of the stage at a tremendous discount from what usually we get. The cost for a stage like this for the concerts that have been presented previously is anywhere between $3,000 for the first day and $1,500 for every day thereafter. We're offering the stage to anyone in Warren County for $1,500 period for 1 or 2 days, and that means we deliver it, set it up, take it down, and one technician has to stay with the stage during the entire performance. And we have added the stage to our insurance, and we have named Warren County as an insured, and I'll send you a copy of that. So it will be available sometime after April for use this summer, and this summer we have booked so far 14 events, which compares to last year's 13. That equates to 21 use days, which is an income presently of around $31,500. And I'm presently working with 4 additional events, all for this year. The American Music Festival is returning June 30th, July 1st. That was the first festival we ever had, and he did not come last year. The Lake George Winter Carnival is a new event. They're going to put on a Christmas in August event, August 18th and 19th at the festival space, and we just met with their committee yesterday to publicize the Winter Carnival and all of its events and to raise money. And then we have the Chris Kingle Market event, December 7th through 9th, which is again at the festival space. So we're getting events in the winter now, believe it or not. And then the Americade folks are planning Adirondack Pond Ice Hockey Tournament, January 19th and 20th in the festival space, and also in Crandall Park in Glens Falls. They're anticipating 4,000 to 5,000 hockey players, so we're actually getting there year-round. And we met here last week at the Municipal Center, and our staff is working with the people from Americade to fit the space into the festival space, and the City of Glens Falls obviously is working with them to have some of the ice hockey pond events down there in Glens Falls. It's patterned after an event in Burlington, Vermont that drew 125 teams this year, and also Saratoga Springs has one a couple of weeks before that draws over 100 teams. There's 4 players on each team, but there's also everyone comes with them. So that's going to be another great event run by the Americade folks. And also, we're announcing that the promoters, Will Jam, which we've been working with in the village, we booked the Charlie Daniels Band for the festival space on September 23rd. We've had a request from many of the promoters for Wi-Fi on the site. We do have Wi-Fi at the restrooms, I believe, right?
I think so.
But we're not sure if it extends out to the Festival Commons. We tried to reach your tech guy yesterday, but I think he's on vacation or something. But we need to find that out, and if it doesn't reach out to the Festival Commons, it's something we need to consider seriously
It just needs to change.
by this summer or whatever. And lastly, I mentioned I did send out these flyers explaining the stage to all the Warren County towns and to a lot of the not-for-profits, hoping that they'll take advantage of it now that we have it. Just for the folks that weren't here before, the village offered to purchase the stage, pay for it, maintain it, own it, and the county agreed to that at a previous meeting. So, but the stage will be available for use at Festival Commons first and foremost, and also be available at Festival Commons for a reduced charge beyond what we're going to charge others.
There's a lot of new supervisors who've been working on this a couple of years, and this stage will be travel around the county if we need it. That's important, because we don't need it every day.
It's a portable stage.
It's portable, right.
We've made an agreement with a man who has these stages in Lake George to haul it around and supervise the operation from start to finish. We have a contract with him to do that, so there won't be any problems, and he has the necessary truck to haul it. We don't. But it just arrives on the scene, and 3 people have the stage up and running within 3 to 4 hours. That's the end
Any
of
other
my
questions, sir?
report, Mr.
Chairman, yes, sir.
Mayor, did I hear you correctly? Did you say Christmas in August?
Christmas in August is we're working with the Lake George Winter Carnival people, and they're going to try to put on an event at the Festival Commons to not only raise awareness of the Winter Carnival and its importance to our region, but to raise some funds. And they're talking about vendors and music and Santa Claus being there, decorations, things of that nature.
No snow.
We're talking about perhaps a boat parade. Again, nice that they're going to use the Festival Commons and do it. I attempted one about 8 years ago in January, but everyone had thrown out their Christmas decorations. So I realized that if I did it again, we had to do it before Christmas, so they can buy things and then keep them and use them. So anyway, that's what the Winter Carnival is proposing as a use. They just picked up their applications yesterday.
All right, any other questions? I'll open to, yes.
Can we remove number 3 then, since it's already insured by the village, and we're added as additional insured?
Oh, okay, then we don't have to worry about that one. Number 3, we're just going to take off, you're doing the insurance and...
Well, we're owning the stage, and I can't see where there'd be much exposure to the county, with the exception of something happening on the festival space, but we procured the insurance on our policy. It was $718 additional, I might say, and we named the county as insured, and I will furnish you with a certificate.
So we don't have to worry about that.
I wouldn't think so.
At least this year coming up. All right, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Any other questions? Anybody from the public have any questions? All right, we're done. Motion adjourned. Mr. Dickinson, Mr. Hogan, all in favor? Aye. We're done. Thank you.
Do you have a time next week you want to try and put forward for